Okay. Okay, but I'm sorry, it's not me. Okay, talk to him. No, ma'am, don't talk to me like that. I'm an adult. Do not talk to me like that. Do not talk to me like that. Tell him to. He lied about a couple things that's personally, just in a relationship. I pretty much, officers can understand what a relationship is about, but he lied. He's a liar. Okay. And that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet, you do your thing, but.
I feel like if it was Christian, I believe that's the young man's name, that was on camera assaulting Sha'Carri and pushing.
So Christian Coleman's mom just threw gasoline on the Christian and Sha'Carri drama because she straight up confronted Sha'Carri over that airport fight, and it got explosive. When the raw, uncut footage of Christian and Sha'Carri hit the internet, it wasn't just messy, it was jaw-dropping. That video showed their relationship wasn't just toxic, it was downright dangerous. And to make it worse, it confirmed Dr. Coleman's worst nightmare. Her son was stuck in what looked like a violent situation, and he wasn't breaking free anytime soon. Now the big question online is, was Christian's mom doing too much, or was she dead on for stepping in before things spiraled even darker? Because if you know Dr. Daphne Coleman, you know one thing: she rides for Christian with zero hesitation. This woman has spent his entire career protecting him from anything that could derail his shine. So when she saw Sha'Carri putting her hands on her son, she wasn't about to sit pretty and ignore it. But here's where it shocked everyone. The way Dr. Coleman came for Sha'Carri wasn't just a mom checking in on her kid. No way! She pulled up on Sha'Carri like a storm, with eyes blazing and words sharp enough to cut glass.
She tried to get him arrested in the airport. And the only reason she didn't get him arrested, because when you're in the airport, everything's under surveillance.
She didn't walk over like some nervous parent asking, "Why are you treating my son badly?" Oh no, she came swinging with pure fury, ready to let Sha'Carri know she had crossed a line that she could never walk back from. This was a mom on a mission. Dr. Coleman wasn't about to let her son drown in a toxic mess, no matter how ugly it got. The only proof of this wild showdown comes from people close to Sha'Carri's camp who swear they saw everything go down, and let's just say, it wasn't pretty. Witnesses claim Dr. Coleman stormed into that house like a hurricane ready to tear the roof clean off, but Sha'Carri? She wasn't built to run from drama. Instead, Sha'Carri stood chest to chest with Christian's mother, daring her to act on those threats. Eyewitnesses say they locked eyes for a solid 3 minutes straight, and the tension was so thick everyone thought fists were about to fly. Thankfully, it didn't cross that line, but nobody walked away unshaken. And then came the line that cut deeper than anything else. Dr. Coleman telling Sha'Carri, "I always knew you were bad news ever since Christian got involved with you, and now you just proved me right." That wasn't just a warning, it was a dagger. That one statement has fans buzzing. Did Christian's mom see this storm coming from the start? Were there red flags all along that she chose to ignore just to keep the peace? Or did she always know Sha'Carri wasn't good for her son, and now the world is catching up to what she suspected? To really understand this tension, you gotta rewind. Back in 2023, Christian and Sha'Carri were being hailed as the ultimate power couple, two sports stars serving relationship goals every time they popped up together. But behind all that glam, not everybody was cheering them on, and leading that quiet resistance was none other than Christian's mother, Dr. Daphne Coleman. It's not like Daphne came out swinging against Sha'Carri from day one. No, in those early days she played it cool, but make no mistake, she had her doubts, and now those doubts are exploding in public view. The warning signs were flashing bright from the very start. The first thing Dr. Coleman picked up on was how completely opposite her son and Sha'Carri were. Sha'Carri was loud, fiery, always the center of attention, while Christian was soft-spoken, reserved, the kind of guy who kept his head down. Daphne once even described him as a good kid who always made curfew, and that wasn't just a proud mom moment. It was the truth. So when he linked up with Sha'Carri, the clash in personalities hit Daphne instantly. In her eyes, this wasn't just a couple with cute differences. This was a mismatch waiting to blow up. And more than that, Daphne started to believe Sha'Carri wasn't just bad for Christian. She was downright toxic.
Christian, are you serious right now?
So Washington State, he doesn't get a say.
But I understand, we were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't know him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that you guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all.
I appreciate that.
But you had me on camera, but at the same time, what he has on camera, I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that, I will.
You have you on camera all that here.
Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to him right now.
Okay, I won't. Thank you so much, officer. They are arresting me right now, Christian. Sissy, they're arresting me right now. Am I gonna go actually to jail right now?
You are actually going to go to jail.
Wait, but right now,
Yes, it's a physical
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him?
We have it on camera.
Christian, are you serious right now?
Alright.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now. You know what? Okay. I will never fucking see you again.
It wasn't one single incident, it was the pattern. Sources say Daphne noticed Christian couldn't even swing by the house to visit unless Sha'Carri gave the green light. Family dinners and casual hangouts canceled at the last minute because Sha'Carri needed him. And whenever Daphne or anyone else dared to criticize her, Christian snapped back instantly. Not with calm defense, but with a kind of panic, like he was terrified of what might happen if Sha'Carri felt disrespected. Then came the phone calls. Imagine ringing your son only for Sha'Carri to pick up, and then straight up refuse to let you speak to him. That happened more than once. And for Daphne, it was like a giant neon sign flashing trouble ahead. And here's where it gets even messier, because it wasn't just Daphne noticing these patterns. Other people in Christian's circle were starting to whisper too. They saw the control, the tension, the subtle ways Sha'Carri kept him locked in. And when the mom and the insiders are both raising eyebrows, you know something's not right. Everybody around them saw the red flags, siblings, close friends, even teammates. Remember that one motivational post that went viral a few months back? The one that said, "You'll be so much happier when you accept that sometimes people just aren't right for us, no matter how badly we wanted them to be." At first, it looked like just another random quote floating around social media. But now, it's clear as day. It was a coded warning aimed straight at Christian. And the wild part? Half of Team USA was reposting it. The message couldn't have been louder, but either Christian missed it or he just didn't want to hear it. Because when that raw, uncut footage of him and Sha'Carri's airport fight exploded online, the truth hit harder than any caption ever could. This wasn't just a one-time spat. It felt like we were all watching a cycle that had been playing out behind closed doors for way too long. Nobody knows what sparked that particular blow-up, but the video spoke volumes on its own. Christian's body language told the whole story. He didn't move like a man shocked by sudden chaos. He moved like someone used to it, someone who had learned how to shrink himself just to get through it. And the way Sha'Carri kept shoving him while he tried to walk away, that silence said more than any press release or Instagram story ever could. And here's the kicker. Before that clip leaked, Sha'Carri had already been out here trying to paint herself as the victim, flipping the script and pointing the finger at Christian. But that footage, it ripped the mask clean off. For the first time, the world got a front row seat to the darker side of their relationship. And it was exactly what Daphne Coleman had been warning everyone about from the beginning. Once Sha'Carri got arrested, the drama went into overdrive. The full, uncut police cam footage dropped, and it spilled everything from her side of the chaos. At first, Sha'Carri tried to play it off like it was just some heated couple spat, but the moment she realized cuffs were coming out, she switched her whole story up. Suddenly, she was screaming at Christian, calling him a coward for letting her get hauled off, blasting him like he betrayed her instead of trying to help. But that wasn't even the wildest part. Her rant spiraled so far, she started flipping the blame completely, claiming Christian was the one who laid hands on her. She went full victim mode, rewriting the script on the spot like nobody had just seen what really happened. And when the lies got exposed, when the truth caught up with her, she went dead silent. No more yelling, no more pointing fingers, just stone cold quiet. And while people expected her to crash out eventually, what really shocked everyone was Christian's next move. Because instead of standing firm after being humiliated in public, he came out swinging. For her, yes, the big plot twist. Christian popped up in an interview and defended Sha'Carri like she hadn't just shoved him on camera for the whole world to see. He talked about giving her grace, saying he forgave her because, according to him, she needs help and deserves a chance to get better without facing heavy consequences. Fans couldn't believe it. How do you defend the very person who just tried to tear you down? And here's where it broke his mom's heart for real. When Dr. Daphne Coleman saw that interview, it was the final straw. Not only was she crushed hearing her son publicly shield someone who had been violent with him, but she noticed something even darker. His body language. The way Christian spoke about Sha'Carri didn't look like love. It looked like fear mixed with defeat. And that's when Daphne realized just how bad things really were. The second that interview aired, fans clocked it instantly. Christian couldn't even look straight into the camera. It wasn't just his words. It was the way he delivered them.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if, like, she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she has, like, things that she need to work on for herself, of course. And so do I, so do you, like, everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just, like, extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if, like, I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at, like, situations like this to just, like, you know, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you can do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and a human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. And so that's kind of how I look at the situation. And, like,
The clip didn't show a confident man defending his partner. It showed a man folding into himself, like every sentence was scripted and spoken out of pure fear. And before anyone says Christian's mom was just being dramatic, let's be real, she wasn't the only one noticing this. Thousands of fans were picking up on the exact same thing. To them, it looked crystal clear. Christian was trapped and Sha'Carri was the one pulling the strings. One fan even wrote, "Next time she comes after you, it won't just be messy, it'll be dangerous. If she hit you once in public, she'll do it again. You're about to be a punching bag." And another pointed out the biggest red flag of all. She told police you were the one hurting her, and here you are still defending her. She threw you under the bus without hesitation. But the real kicker? Dr. Daphne Coleman didn't even get a chance to react this time. She was still reeling from that painful interview when another bombshell dropped. Sha'Carri's so-called apology video.
Y'all, it's Sha'Carri, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself a certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart, in my spirit, and not allowing this moment.
Now, you'd think an apology would at least cool the fire, right? After being caught on camera shoving her boyfriend and then lying on him to the police, this was her chance to own up and show real remorse. Fans were waiting for accountability, and Daphne herself was expecting at least some humility from Sha'Carri. Maybe an admission of guilt, maybe a promise to do better. Anything that showed she cared about repairing the damage. But nope, that's not what came out at all. Instead of softening the blow, Sha'Carri's apology made the entire situation 10 times worse. Instead of dropping a heartfelt apology, Sha'Carri delivered what fans are calling one of the coldest slaps in the face to Christian and his family. She released a 1-minute clip where she claimed she was taking accountability and doing self-reflection, but the whole time, she was smiling, grinning like it was all a game, like this wasn't a man's peace of mind and reputation on the line. That smirk turned what should have been a heavy, sincere apology into a mockery. And that 1-minute performance was all fans needed to see. It screamed that she wasn't taking the situation seriously at all. Instead of remorse, it came off like Sha'Carri was enjoying the spotlight, even in her so-called apology. But she didn't stop there. Oh no, she added insult to injury with another apology on her Instagram stories, this time addressed directly to Christian. The post read, "I apologized to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love. From what I've experienced in my past, due to my trauma and pain, I was blind and blocked off to not only receive it, but give it. I love him, and to him, I can't apologize enough. My apologies should be just as loud as my actions. Honestly, louder. To Christian, I love you and I am so sorry." Sounds sweet? Not to fans. They dragged her immediately, saying it reeked of fake PR spin. Comments rolled in calling it the most unserious apology in years and a pathetic excuse dressed up as love talk. The internet wasn't buying it for a second. And if fans were furious, imagine Christian's mom. Dr. Daphne Coleman was already boiling before these half-baked "I'm sorry" attempts. But once she saw the video and that IG post, she was done, fed up. She pulled her son aside and told him flat out, "Cut Sha'Carri loose before it destroys you." And to drive her point home, she didn't just keep it private, she went public. Dr. Coleman reposted a string of IG stories throwing heavy shade, including one that read, "No matter how good you think it is, there's always better out there. Choose yourself." With those 3 words reposted online, Dr. Daphne Coleman made it crystal clear. She was done with the quiet warnings. No more whispering behind closed doors. No more subtle shade. She was taking her fight public, and the message couldn't be louder. She wasn't about to sit back while her son crumbled in silence. And silence is exactly what followed, but not from her. From Christian. He disappeared completely. No Instagram stories, no press comments, no interviews, nothing. The only sign of life? A single flight out of the country, leaving fans to wonder if he was running from Sha'Carri, from the drama, or maybe from both. Then there's Sha'Carri. The woman who never missed a chance to clap back or post a cryptic caption suddenly went dead quiet. No races, no paparazzi shots, no tweets, nothing but radio silence after that shaky apology. And that's what's driving fans wild, because now everyone's asking the real questions. If Christian is really finished with her, why is he still defending her? If Daphne is right that this wasn't the first time, then how many ugly fights have already gone down off camera? And most importantly, if Sha'Carri's silence isn't guilt but strategy, what's she plotting for her next move when the world has already turned against her? This saga is far from over, and when the next chapter hits, it might just shake everything all over again. So make sure you hit that subscribe, like, share, and comment, because you don't want to miss what's coming next.